Willpowered Nation, welcome back to another video. Got a new little setup here today, so I hope you guys like it. Would enjoy the feedback. Look, today's video we are going to dive into the difference between weight loss and fat loss, and how this has been extremely manipulated in the market, how you've been manipulated, how I've been manipulated, how we've been conditioned, what our society has told us, what has sold us, and all the in-betweens. Okay. Now, there is a big difference between weight loss and fat loss. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you a bunch of surface layer crap that you already know. We know the basics, but I'm going to get into the how and the why. What's important for you to understand when it comes to weight loss and fat loss, and how simply by understanding this concept will have such a positive impact on your mentality and your perspective and your perception of not only the reality that you are immersed in when it comes to your journey and your your transformation, but this is going to help you understand what and why is going on in your body, and it's going to prevent you from being manipulated in the future, because we all have at this point. So let's just dive straight into the facts here. So what is weight loss and what is fat loss? Let's try to create this separation gap here. So fat loss is what we all ideally want, but what we are sold on is weight loss. Why is that? Well, because to be honest, there's no proven scientific way to just lose fat. Now, there are multiple different ways to lose weight. Let me give you some examples. Stop eating carbs for a week. You will lose probably 5 to 10 pounds. Add salt to all your food. As a matter of fact, go get the healthiest, cleanest salt in the world, add it to all your foods. And over the course of a week, you're probably going to go up 5 or 10 pounds. Okay. Work out really, really hard one day and train the biggest muscle group in your body. Train your legs. You know that soreness you feel the next day? That's called increased blood volume to the area. That's natural. A lot of oxygenated blood, a lot of blood sitting in pools in the area. That's why your legs feel swollen, right? You can physically feel that they are swollen. Get on the scale. Probably be 2 to 3 pounds heavier. These are, inflammation in the body. Eat foods that you are highly sensitive to, or things like dairy, poor quality, things that cause inflammatory responses in your body. This is naturally going to cause your body to be inflamed. I mean, Google the definition. There's a lot of retention, body water retention, fluid retention, things like that. Your body weight will go up. So you see, just right off the bat those are called variables, and those variables have a direct impact of your body weight. Now let's go into what matters. What do we do all the time? We step on the scale. That scale determines exactly how we are going to perceive that day, how we are going to judge what we have done leading up to stepping on that scale. What did I eat? How did I eat it? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done this. I need to work out more. I need to do more of this. Oh, I've hit a plateau. I'm losing progress. I'm going backwards. Those are self-inflicted emotions based on a number that has to do with all those variables that I just talked about. Like, think about yourself being in that situation. I've been in that situation multiple times. So it's important to understand, do you see now how that dictated everything that goes on in your day? It sits on a subconscious level. It's sitting in the back of your head. Oh man, I got to go to the gym today. Oh, I can't eat that food. I can't do this. I can't do that. Punishment becomes the byproduct of that, all based on variables that you had no control over, that literally had nothing to do with the actual mission you set out for, which was to lose fat, right? So, we're still going to go down the rabbit hole here. So now think about the consequences that come from that, right? You've already created a reality that was based on false perceptions. So now what are the consequences of that? Well, we do things like exercise aggressively, which causes a lack of recovery. We tend to eat less food, which causes a lowering of the metabolism. Our mood tends to go down, which can disrupt hormone imbalances. Our stress levels go up. Our sleep patterns get disrupted. Our overall mood and energy balance is out of balance and out of homeostasis. Do you see the domino effect that takes place? So this is why people hit plateaus, simply by little things like this. So why is this important? This is important because your mission is to lose fat, not to lose weight. Losing fat is the real end goal. Losing fat can be done through processes and long-term consistency, like doing fasted cardio, working out consistently. It doesn't have to be 1 time a week or 10 times a week. It just has to be consistently over time. Getting a grasp and a handle on your food, eating cleaner, well-balanced meals, providing consistency in what you're eating. But really, the secret, the trick is toxicity, lowering toxicity levels in your body. Just think about all of that in a nutshell. Now, if you're losing fat over time, this makes sense. But getting on that scale could be doing this. But over time, your fat could be doing this, even though the scale is doing this. You see what I'm saying? We judge our results based on what that scale says, and the scale most of the time is wrong. So then the question becomes, well, how do you measure your results? How do you feel? How do you look? Let me give you an example. Those of you that get on the scale a lot, have you ever woken up in the morning, looked at yourself in the mirror before you stepped on the scale and said, I think I look a little leaner today. I think I feel a little lighter today. I feel good, right? Then you step on the scale. The scale says you're 2 pounds heavier. Boom, 180 in the emotion. You flip a 180. Does that make sense? Now, same scenario, you look yourself in the mirror, then you get on the scale, you're 2 pounds down. Oh, you're over the moon now. You're over the moon. You see how emotionally attached you are to that scale? Because you're trying to apply logic to the numbers you read. But the problem is you don't know. You don't know the actual science to what's going into those numbers. So the logic you're applying is misled. It's misrepresented. It's false. And that logic is dictating your emotion. See what I'm saying? Now, you do the reverse thing. You get up in the morning, don't look in the mirror. Step on the scale. Scale's down 2 pounds. Now look in the mirror. You're justifying the 2 pounds. Oh, I could see where I'm skinnier or leaner. I could see where I would lose this 2 pounds. Now, let's say your body's exactly the same. Same scenario. Get on the scale, you're 2 pounds up. Now you look in the mirror. Same body. Same body. Oh, I could see where I've gained the 2 pounds. I could see where I'm a little bit bigger. Oh, yeah, I need to tighten this up. See what I'm saying? It's all a misconception. Now, there's 2 important things for you to know here. I'm going to keep this video relatively short. 1, the market plays into that misguidance in the logic because they know the effect it has on your emotion. So they sell you things like this weight loss pill, the keto diet. Look, guys, I've done the keto diet. I get it. But a lot of people are getting into the keto diet because they immediately see weight loss. Well, you're not eating carbs. You want to know the science of carbs? Take down a piece of paper right now. You can Google this. When glucose, carbs, goes into your body, it attaches to water molecules. A lot of the times when glucose comes into the body, it also attaches to sodium. Sodium attaches to water molecules. So when you eat carbs, no matter how good or bad they are, they could be the best carbs in the world, body water increases, therefore weight increases. So when you go on keto diet, what do? You do not eat carbs. So carbs leave the body. So what does that mean? Glucose leaves the body. So what does that mean? Sodium leaves the body. So what does that mean? Water leaves the body. So what does that mean? Body weight, boom, drastic shift down. They play into that. There's the weight thing again. Doesn't mean you lost 10 pounds of fat, means you lost 10 pounds of body water and sodium and whatever else comes along with it. So I'm not saying the keto diet is, the enemy. I'm just saying it's very easy to be misled. Liquid diets usually take away a lot of sodium and a lot of carbs. Boom, out. weight goes down. They will sell you intermittent fasting. I love intermittent fasting. Cleansing, that's a great one, especially for the people that watch these videos. Cleansing plays into that too. A lot of the times you're being sold simply by misguidance, lack of education. You're being sold on the fact that if I cleanse, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. You're right. You ain't losing 5 pounds of fat. You're losing 5 pounds of water or blood volume or whatever the case may be. Maybe there are some healthy side benefits to that. Lowering inflammation could possibly stimulate metabolism increase, could help detox the body, etc. But a cleanse is to cleanse your body. It does not cleanse your body of fat. You cannot cleanse fat. Your body has to utilize fat. You want to know why? Google this. You know what fat is? Energy. It is. I promise. You know what the number one energy source is? Glucose, sugar. You know what the number 2 energy source is? Fat. Fat is a slow burning energy source. You have it on your body. I have it on my body. The body uses it to insulate things. Fat has a bunch of other uses, but its primary use is fuel. It's an energy source. So you just have to burn the energy source up and use it as energy. That's the bottom line. Theoretically, it's that simple, but we are misled and we are misguided a lot by the industry. And that's how people sell us into doing these programs or doing these things. And this is why the weight always comes back. Okay, this is why it always comes back. Last time you went on a quote unquote diet, let me guess how it felt. You didn't eat that much. Your food choices were limited and there weren't a lot of carbs. You weren't very happy, right? But it worked. You lost 20 pounds. What happened when you went off that diet and you went back to your lifestyle? The lifestyle that you built around a certain amount of carbs, a certain amount of activity, and a certain amount of food. What happened? Did the weight come back? Yes, it did. Why? Because you incorporated the things that contribute to body weight. You see what I'm saying? It's very hard to dictate or gauge fat loss. And don't give me the crap about the scales that supposedly measure your body fat, because they don't. There's literally like a 5 to 12% variance on those scales. Don't bother. This is going to be the hardest thing that I tell you. You have to dictate your results on how you look and how you feel, how you emotionally feel about the way your body looks, the perception that you have. It is not based on the scale. If you are in a program that requires your body weight, you should be told and understood that it's just one unit of measurement amongst a bunch of other things, okay? So what can you do to lose fat? You can look at your lifestyle as it is right now, and you can make adjustments to help your body burn that fat as fuel over time. The faster you try to lose it, the faster you will gain it back. Remember that. I'm sorry, that's the reality of it, but it is, because we want the magic ticket, because that is what we were sold on the weight loss, not the fat loss. Is it starting to make sense? So you can do things like fasted cardio. Why is fasted cardio valuable? Because you wake up in the morning in a fasted state. Glucose levels are down. It's a great opportunity for your body to burn up fat. Fasted cardio is typically done at a steady state, low intensity. What does that mean? It means you could do other things at the same time. You could be watching these videos. You could be listening to podcasts. You could be reading a book. I highly recommend you doing something in personal development when you're doing fasted cardio. You're killing, or walking your dogs. I don't know. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're circulating blood. You're getting your body prepped and primed for the day. It's an amazing way to lose fat. The other way is to macro track. Macro dieting is good. Why? Because it allows you, like I talked about the scenario earlier, it allows you to use the scenario of the flexibility that you need amongst your lifestyle to change your lifestyle over time. Remember, slower is better over time, but still leave you in a parameter of an intake that allows you to burn fat as fuel over time, regardless of what you're putting into your body. Does that make sense? So your weight could fluctuate when you macro diet. It could go like this because you're doing things like incorporating foods that have more sodium, or drinking more water or less water, or eating carbs that cause a little bit of water retention versus some that don't. So your weight does go like this when you macro track, but your fat loss if done right, goes like this over time. And because it does that over time amongst your lifestyle, the results are sustained because you are educated on things like this. So that's the biggest difference between weight loss and fat loss. And the only way to really measure fat loss is you could go get those tests, they weigh you underwater, they put you in those egg-looking shell things, and they do all the bioradioactive stuff. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's how you look and how you feel. Because if you don't feel good, what is it all worth it? The end result is never as good as you may think it is, because it's very short-lived and it's very temporary, and you'll just simply look for the next thing. The key is having fun during the journey of your fat loss, documenting the fat loss for yourself, understanding and becoming educated in the process. That is the fun part. That is what makes all of this worth it, because time is extremely valuable, and wasting all that time being unhappy just to see the scale go down, you will never, ever be satisfied, because you will do things that are so dramatic, that are so over the edge, just to see that scale go down. You will be unhappy every time you do it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think of the new look. Please go comment on this video in Willpowered Nation. I would love to get your guys' feedback. Let me know how you guys feel about weight loss versus fat loss. If you've been in that scenario, because I know I have, where I've been on the scale all the time. Let us know how you dictate your results. Please bring people into the group. Let's engage. Make sure to mention me in a comment. And again, thank you for signing up for this newsletter. If you are watching this in the group and you are not on our newsletter, you need to get on our newsletter, because we're sending this video straight to your inbox, which is going to come with more and more content and information. Other than that, guys, thank you, and I will see you guys on the next video.